It is time for this week's look at solar weather and the terrestrial propagation forecast. Solar activity has reached high levels due to a pair of X-class flares. The first was an X1.8 on November 4 from region 4274. Associated with the flare were Type 4 radio sweeps, a 160 SFU-10 flare, and a partial halo coronal mass ejection directed mostly off the northeast limb and coronagraph imagery. Although the majority of the ejecta is expected to pass behind Earth, there is the possibility of a shock enhancement late on November 6 to early on November 7. Region 4274 continued to be in a growth phase, however, the intermediate spots appeared to begin to separate from the larger trailing spots. An X1.1 flare was also observed on November 4 from a region just beyond the east limb near S15. Associated with this flare were a Type 4 radio sweep and a non-Earth directed coronal mass ejection observed off the southeast limb on November 4. Solar wind parameters were mildly enhanced, but in decline. Solar wind speed decreased from approximately 480 km per second to nearly 420 km per second. The phi angle was mostly positive. Solar wind parameters were likely to trend towards nominal levels on November 5 and 6. Parameters are expected to become enhanced with the arrival of the next coronal whole high-speed stream on November 6 and 7. There are also now 3 coronal mass ejections, 2 that left the disk November 3, and 1 on November 4, all from region 4274, that are projected to pass behind Earth with tail ends of their magnetic clouds interacting with the coronal whole high-speed stream. Solar activity is expected to be at moderate levels on November 3 through to November 17, due to the delayed return of regions 4246 and 4248, that seem to be rotating into the Earth-side solar disk between November 3 and 4. At least 2 other regions are expected to emerge from the east limb until November 10, as observed at Gong far-side images. A G1 storm is likely on November 7 and 8, due to the reoccurrence of coronal whole high-speed stream influences. R1 and R2 radio blackouts are possible during the November 3 through November 9 period, due to the returning regions 4246 and 4248. For more information concerning radio propagation, visit the ARRL Technical Information Service, read a quick guide to HF propagation using solar indices, and check out the propagation page of Karl Lewetzelschwab, K9LA.